North African campaign, a group of soldier boys had been on a long hike. They came to a town called Bizerte. The next day being Sunday, some of the boys went to church. A sergeant commanded the boys in church, and after the chaplain had read the prayers, the text was taken up next. Those of the boys who had prayer books took them out, but this one boy only had a deck of cards, so he spread them out. The sergeant saw the cards and said, "Soldier, put away those cards." After the services were over, the boy was taken prisoner, brought before the provost marshal. The marshal said, "Sergeant, why have you brought this man here?" "For playing cards in church, sir." "What have you to say for yourself, son?" "Much, sir," replied the soldier. The marshal said, "I hope so, because if not, I shall punish you more than any man was ever punished." The soldier boy said, "Sir, I had been on a long march for 6 days. I had neither Bible nor prayer book. But I hope to satisfy you, sir, with the purity of my intentions." And with
In November 1942, an armada of 850 Allied ships mounted the first amphibious landing of World War II. Here in North Africa, the Germans came up against a formidable American army and faced defeat for the first time.
The Deuce tells me that the Bible is divided into two parts, the Old and the New Testaments. When I see the tray, I think of the Father, the Son.
He declared war on France and Britain.
The four great evangelists.
Mussolini launched an attack on the British in Egypt, hoping to seize the Suez Canal. The British withdrew.
I see the five. It reminds me of the 5 wise virgins who...
Now Europe is in flames.
5 were wise and were saved. 5 were foolish and were shut out. When I look at the 6, I know that in 6 days God made this great heaven and earth. And the 7 tells me that on the 7th day he rested from his work and called it holy. And when I see the 8, I think of the 8 righteous persons God saved when he destroyed this earth. It was Noah, his wife, their 3 sons and their wives. And when I see the 9, I think of the lepers our Savior cleansed, and 9 out of the 10 didn't even thank him. Of course, when I see the 10, I always remember the 10 Commandments. The 10 Commandments that God handed down to Moses on the tablets of stone. And when I see the King, sir, I know there is but one King.
In November
of heaven,
1942, an armada of 850 Allied ships mounted the first amphibious landing of World War II here in North Africa.
And the jack or knave is the devil. When I count the spots on my deck of cards, I...